Leary's going to place down that castle right on top of the gold. He's not going to have any trouble with it whatsoever, I think. Oh, use the scouts!
Oh my god. Welcome all. Them as right here, being joined by Nobody41, and we are here with Chinese versus Mongols. Game number 1 on Bog Arabia. It's a best of 5. Interesting matchup. Wouldn't have thought so, especially for both of these players. The one going for Mongols on this map, interesting, and Chinese, also very interesting. What are your thoughts?
I thought Chinese was a pretty, that's a pretty standard pick for Arabia. They're a pretty good civilization. Maybe not the best, but like a really good civilization. Some players like them more than others. Surprised Vivi's the one that goes for Chinese, but I guess he's going to save the Spanish, the crazy civilizations for later. I'm a little more surprised that Leary went for Mongols, because out of all these civilizations, you have Mayans, you could have had Aztecs if you wanted it. But Mongols are good on Arabia, sure, but they're certainly not great, because you're kind of going to want Mongols on a map where you can, get a good galley rush, a fast uptime, or you're going to be able to use that hunt bonus more than usual with extra deer or extra rhino or something along those lines.
No, I fully agree. I mean, it's interesting to see that we have two quite different civilizations here, because Chinese are known to be quite slow in the beginning. They need that time. And after that one, in the later part of the game, they can become extremely strong. Even though on this map, we have the aspect of demolition rafts being quite relevant. And yeah, well, the Chinese have the bonus. Mongols on the other side, as you said, it's maybe not their specific map they shine on, but still, they can get up really, really fast. I can imagine that can be quite some strong scouts and galley push or something like this. Some aggressive move. Not the thing that I would expect from Leary normally, but still we're at it now. Interesting choices. I believe that Leary can be the aggressor here, at least for the beginning of the game. We'll see.
Yeah, these maps are very different, looking at them. So Leary with a wood line in the very back, 4 on wood for him. That's kind of unusual as Mongols. Maybe we see an early dock from him. But he's got his gold forward. That's the big problem area of his map. Stones are kind of at the side. One is forward. So the golds are really big problem for Leary, and these forward woods might be a problem later on. For Vivi, on the other hand, his wood is very far away from his base, and his golds are exposed too. So this could be a very aggressive map.
Yeah, for sure. It's really strange. I mean, Leary has indeed a bad map. This would legit force him into playing quite aggressively. Yeah, with Vivi's map, he at least has this nice wood line. He has nice stone to the back. But yeah, protecting it will be a tough one, as it's completely open. Just look at the map in general. Well, there's a lot of opens between the two. There's not a single wood line. There's just this hill, those golds to the north of this hill. So interesting to say the least. Definitely curious to see how they're going to start the game. I strongly assume that there is gonna go for some scouts related play. That's actually the way how I would play with the Mongols in general, at least on Arabia. Check it out.
I'm not 100% sure. You went with 4 on wood, which is weird for the Mongols.
Yeah,
for any
that's
scout rush, but especially for the Mongols when you're trying to saturate food so heavy. I do want to point out as
straddling
well,
the gold even.
Yeah, I do want to point out as well. There's 2 sheep that Leary hasn't found also. So if Leary wants to go for a fast feudal age, he's certainly going to want those sheep. But he's not going to be up too fast. He's got 2 villagers queued, and he's up at 19 pop.
That's interesting. He's going to go for some fast castle, it seems. Or at least rush, that is for certain. Not so sure if it's a fast castle worthy situation to be in. But yeah, he's producing the militia. He's straggled the gold. Let's see where exactly he's going to go with that one.
He's got a lot of idle villagers, too. This is not a good opening from Leary.
Bits of a dirty one for sure. Yeah, you mentioned those 2 sheep.
I like how you say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Leary, man, it's interesting. So just one thing with those 2 sheep that were found on this map, we have 2 animals of a kind. I guess it was maybe 1 elephant. No, there are 2 animals on the entire map. So if there are 2 elephants, one guy has 1 elephant, the other one is the other one. So it's a type of Noah's Ark. There was this comparison. Just on this entire map, there are always 2 of each, so to speak. That's the interesting thing. Interesting design. And also, something worth mentioning is that Libby is about to click up. Now, it seems that he wants to open the game with Trash into Arches. Is that the idea? Because he's now going for 25 pop. If we exclude the Militia, no, he's not clicking up, actually. He's still queuing up villagers. He's going to fast castle.
I think he's reacting to what he sees right now from Vivi. Vivi has all these walls up. That's not usually his style with the Chinese. He's probably going to go what I assume is, well, we'll see in a second, but I assume an archery range. Maybe maybe a stable. But a very defensive opening from Vivi. Invested a lot into these walls. A little scout scuffle here. So Leary's going to react and might try to go for a greedy fast castle.
Now we have the scouts engagement over here.
It is a stable.
I mean, that's typical for the Chinese. In most of the cases, I see them going for scouts as well on this map. At least in this tournament, it has been like this so far. Also in previous ones, okay, they're capable of doing this. The question is, of course, how fast is Vivi going to be there with scouts to actually have something to harass his opponent? If it's going to be even going there, that's another question, because the militia is there, battering down. At least that's the big idea here. The stable, just annoying a bit here and there. While Libby is just simply going for the next stage with 27 villagers. So also 3 villas on stone, 4 villas even. Fast castle into Mangudai, I guess. That's the big idea. Against Vivi with the Chinese.
I think you have to breathe a sigh of relief if you're Leary and you see that stable going down as opposed to an archer range. Sometimes the Chinese like to go for a fast feudal into archers, just the way their economy works. They're able to pull it off when some civilizations can't. But that's not the case here, and we're seeing scouts from Vivi, and all Leary has to do is wall up a little bit more. It's perfect for him.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. So you go up with scouts, you're facing a drush, so you already maybe need to address the problem with the rush, or you ignore it, which is the case. But now you're facing someone with some palisade walls. That's, in my opinion, a hard counter to scouts, basically, because they will not be able to go through anymore. So that's unfortunate. It's really good by Leary, though.
And normally Leary would have to worry about archers on his gold or something along those lines. But since we're seeing scouts, Leary doesn't even have to worry about his gold right now. I assume he'll probably place a tower down there at his leisure.
I think so as well. This would be really, really important for him, just to have one safe gold there. If that's done with a tower that he can afford due to being on stone anyway, why not? Leary is now clicking up, 1624. Okay. Looking nice to hear. Vivi at the same time going for wheelbarrow, going for some heavy economy. He tries to go for the next stage as soon as possible as well, not queuing up any further units, just looking at his economy, trying his best to go for the next stage as well.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's a lot going on here, but there's a lot of mind games being played. Fat Dragon had a choice here. His choice was either to go all in and go with some towers, which might have been effective because he would have been able to definitely take away the gold. But maybe Leary would have reacted, I don't know. But instead, Fat Dragon is instead choosing to farm up heavily and stonewall.
Stonewalling, man. Wow. Okay. So, Cathalas was asking, is it a good idea to go for Mangadai? I think with Mongols, if you have the access to stone, and in this very constellation, why not? Definitely. And there's a chance that you will face naval units. You would be able to deal with them as well. In case you don't see them, what else is there to see by the Chinese in the mid-game that would be a problem for Mangadai? I think it can work.
I think it could work just because the way the game's going, this is such a super greedy build from Leary to go for stone, wall up, not even protect his gold. But I think that if there's any unit he wants the Mangadai to go against, it would be like a knight or a camel kind of unit. He wouldn't want to do this against archers, and that's not what Vivi's done. Vivi has chosen to farm up heavily instead of adding the archery ranges and investing into the military. So I think all of these decisions they're risky decisions, but they're very educated because Leary has great scouting information on Vivi and what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. It is how it is. Castle has been now reached. Leary instantly going for TC. So that's even more of a slow attempt here, not a direct castle or whatever, directly pumping out those units. Just quite relaxed here, get the TC up at a really crucial point where he can save a nice part of his base, namely the wood line to the right hand side. and Vivi is going for it as well. So there's a 3 minutes difference between the two, and the plan of Vivi is actually going for knights slash possibly even camels. We'll check it out. Probably knights. Then we'll see what's the next step going to be like. I mean, I want to see those units then clashing into each other, but I guess Libby will use more time to actually get there.
Yeah, and Leary's going to place down that castle right on top of the gold. He's not going to have any trouble with it whatsoever, I think. Oh, use the scouts!
Oh my god, what a timing, man. But still.
Oh, but he's weak.
Oh, one villager down. Okay,
not bad, but if this castle still goes up, that'll be great for Leary. If it goes up. Oh, no.
Nice. Oh, nice. Even the house, all of a sudden, Leary just
But there's a villager coming forward for Vivi.
What is this one villager going to do, though?
Okay, nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, right? I mean, there might be some potential, but yeah. It will be just a greedy tower. Yeah,
tower the
somewhere
gold?
where it doesn't expect. Yeah, true.
You can still tower that gold.
Ideal. Yeah, true. We can just place it to the southwest of it. That'll be fine.
Actually, though, that would be super interesting.
But it said he's going to go for a siege pressure.
But Fat Dragon can still pressure the skull. He can't do it with the Mangonel because I don't think the Mangonel has the range. But if a tower were to go up on that gold, that would be incredible.
Yeah, that would have been quite totally possible, as you said. That's definitely a thing that can be done. Scouts are going to go in regardless. The castle is going to go up. And the question is, what do you want to do with the siege workshop against the Mongols at this stage of the game?
I think just the best thing you could do right now is... Well, you could destroy that town center for sure. But what you can do... obviously, Fat Dragon's investing a lot. Knights are a big investment.
Yeah,
really hurts your food economy. But if you're Fat Dragon, you do have an opportunity with the way Leary's base is played out. The gold can be exposed. The town center can be destroyed by Mangonels. You can get a tower up on that gold. And those other two golds are outside of Leary's base. I can imagine just Fat Dragon stonewalling in those golds. And Leary's not going to have gold this game. So that is an opportunity. But that said, I still love Leary's position. You want to be a Mongols player on 3 town centers with a castle in your base and full walls. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that's the thing. So you have, and that's also something that quite irritates me at this point. Vivi is actually on 2 TCs now, as in 1.5. He's adding the second one with a single villager. So he's invested, as I said, in 2 knights, and he has clicked up definitely later than his opponent. That's normally nothing conventional. We would always see the one clicking up later going for 3 TCs unless he sees a big opportunity. But we'll see if this is such a great opportunity, because I think Vivi can mess it up if he just fails it. But currently, it's working well. He keeps Leary busy. This one tower is not up yet. The Magadai are trying to push the army away, but Vivi is not going to give in. It's actually nicely done for now, but also risky. He must not lose this army.
Leary's in a better position because, one slip up from Vivi and this push is over and the game is over. These Mangonai are so good against Mangonels. But that said, Fat Dragon does have a good shot here. Yeah,
it's totally possible. The tower's up. It's not the end of the world as long as it's this villager there to repair the Mangonels. That is going to be entirely possible to just harass Leary a bit more. That's actually good because he keeps Leary where he is, but the question is, what does Vivi gain from this attack? Is he able to actually compensate the issue with the... Yeah, that's the thing. It's a bit of a tough one. He's not able to actually kill villagers with this. He just keeps Leary busy at this point, if at all.
Yeah, I wish Vivi, stupid as it sounds, deleted that house. That would allow his Mangonels to run around a little bit easier. But Vivi's going to send forward 1 more villager. He's actually building another town center. I don't know if I agree with that decision, but I think right now just Vivi needs to just keep adding Mangonels, keep adding knights, upgrade his guys, and hopefully take over that gold.
Nah, that's tough.
But he really needs to delete that house. That house is really messing things up with that pathing.
I don't know, man. Stone walls, I just find it's really unaesthetic. I mean, I actually find them really aesthetic, stone walls, but in this case,
that's really what Age of Empires is about. It's about the aesthetics.
Exactly, man. It's about the style, man. It's you know, choosing the right color for your team, nice units and whatnot. Those things that matter. Also, how you write your nickname, how it's written on the right hand side, but the scoreboard is and whatnot. All those things. But yeah, on a more serious note, Stonewalls is a bit of a slightly boring one normally, but still both players are going for it. They just want to protect themselves, but they're the most vulnerable. I cannot hate on this. But still, we have a nice engagement actually. A lot of micro by Livy especially. Getting those mangonels. That is nicely done. 2 mangonels, but for the price of 2 mango dice. And still, the pressure is on by Vivi. Is not giving up. We have a villager difference of, what is that? Mathematics, man. Wow, that's quite some villagers, but 20 villagers. Wow, okay. Vivi needs to hurry up, in my opinion, because he's falling behind heavily. Livy is doing his best to outboom his opponent, still produce his units, but he's getting quite some nasty mangonel hits there. It's good. It's really good for Vivi. He needs this.
One thing as far as the execution of this push that I don't like for Vivi, once again, the mangonels, they're kind of blocked off by buildings, the house and the siege workshop. You want all the mangonels together just in case the Megadite try to snipe off one at a time. And that's what we saw with those 3 mangonels going down.
Now, Joe Manel, what's up, man? He was asking about the icon on the Mangadai. That is the conversion timer of the monk that is created. There are many aspects to it. Minimum time needed, maximum time needed for the conversion and whatnot. It's really fancy. Shoutouts to Capture H. For more information, type in !CA. Great spectator software. Great mangonel usage here also by Vivi, who's still not stopping it. He's keeping Libby busy.
Yeah, interesting decision from Vivi to add these town centers when I thought he could have invested more into this push. Clearly, it seems like Vivi is not making an all-in for this 1 gold. But if these town centers could really pay themselves off if Vivi wants to invest more and more into Castle Age, because eventually Leary's going to run out of gold on this main gold, and he's going to have to expand out to the other golds, and that might be a time where Vivi can obtain an advantage.
Exactly. So something about these golds. Leary is currently getting his hands on the one on the right-hand side, the random 3 piles. Just worth mentioning this one, so he might have another option, let's say, for the next few minutes. But as you said it, the left-hand side is really crucial. There we have the secondary goals and whatnot, you know? And if as long as Vivi is able to block this road somehow with a lot of pressure, it can be nice. And also now Skirmish just being part of